Bling blow. Ring finger on blizzle, baby. I have not posted on YouTube in like a month. But in my defense, life has been life, okay? Get a little closer. Get a little closer. Y'all see that? Bling blam. Bling blam. Big fiance, not the little one. If you can't tell, I'm excited AF. Oh my God, where do I even start? It's been so motherfucking long. So I'm engaged now, and we've been engaged for like 3 weeks. My boyfriend at the time, my fiance now, proposed to me Memorial Day weekend. It was a surprise. I had no idea that that's what he had planned, but I did have my suspicions, and I'm gonna give y'all a little story time on how it all happened. It was a few weeks before Memorial Day weekend, and I have been traveling back to back to back. And I was like, Memorial Day weekend, I don't want to do nothing. Like, I want to sit in bed and just relax. Once you be doing a whole bunch of traveling, you don't really want to go nowhere else. You just want to reset. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. So when he had told me to make sure I had those days available, in my mind, I was thinking, why don't I do that? I picked up a shift Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because that's how adamant I was about not wanting to go nowhere. Your girl almost blocked her own blessings. Let's start there. So I picked up all them shifts because I was like, if I'm gonna just be sitting at home, I might as well make some money. So then time was approaching, and he was like, you know, do you have the days off? And I said, no, I'm actually working the whole weekend. And he was like, why would you do that? I told you to make sure those days were blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, well, I didn't want to go nowhere. So he asked me if I could request the day off, at least to request Sunday off. So I was like, okay, didn't do it. Then he asked me about it again, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. So I told him, I'm like, yeah, let me just go ahead and do it. So I sent a message to my supervisor. And this is how I know that things align the way that they're supposed to. My supervisor was like, oh, I never even scheduled you anyway. That was my fault. So you have the day off. So I was like, okay, I have the day off, yada, yada, yada. Mind you, he's not telling me anything about why I need to have these days off. I'm thinking we just gonna go like to the beach or like go hang out with people. So Saturday, the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, I was working 12 to 4. I was sitting here at my computer, and he said that he was gonna go get smoothies, and he asked that I want one. So I said, of course. He left to go get smoothies. He took the dog with him. You know, Graham goes for rides all the time, so I didn't think nothing of it. He came back, there was no Graham. So where's my child? Being all secretive, won't tell me where Graham is. He's like, we're going somewhere when you get off work. You need to make sure you have a bag packed. So then I'm like, all right. Spidey senses was tingling, because where we going? And why you not gonna tell me where we going? But he told me kind of what to pack, like what sort of clothes to pack for, or what sort of events to pack for, like brunch, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, packing, doing all that. So we leave, and we're driving. Mind you, I still don't know where my dog is. He still didn't tell me where we were going, but I was paying attention to the signs, and I realized that we were going to like the Asheville area. So I was like, okay, cool. So we get to our Airbnb, we check in, we go get dinner, nothing out of the usual. We come back, he's like, we're just gonna relax all weekend. I'm like, fine by me. He said, we are going to brunch in the morning, but we have to leave early, so like 10 o'clock. Now in my mind, I'm thinking, Chad, what brunches we going to where we need to be there that early? But again, we're in Asheville. I don't know how they do things up there. I've only been up there once. So I was like, okay, whatever. So the next morning we wake up, I get dressed, I do my makeup, and you know how you just have it. Stop licking. You know how your intuition just tells you something is amiss? So I noticed that he was paying a little bit too much attention to what I wore. So I'm like, us going to brunch and you being this concerned about what I'm wearing is not, it's not equaling. 1 + 1 is not giving 2, it's giving 7. So that's when my speculations really started to build. Then we're in the car, we're driving, and we're like in the fucking woods. Why are we in the woods, Boki, if we're going to brunch? So me being dumb, playing along, because I'm like, at this point, I already knew something was up, but I didn't want him to think that I was onto him. So I was like, oh, like, where we finna eat at this out here? Just, you know, just going along with it. We pull up, I see a bunch of people walking, parking, but they all have on like hiking stuff, like sneakers, shorts, t-shirts, book bags, and here we are and what we got on. So I said, I looked at him, I said, we a little overdressed, ain't we? Key. In my mind, I already know what's up, because it's not making sense. So then we pull up. I had seen a sign that said waterfall. When I seen the sign that said waterfall, that's when I really knew he was gonna propose, because I had always said that I wanted to have my proposal be like in front of a waterfall, because I'm a nature girly to an extent. So we get out the car, we're walking, you know, we see the waterfall, take pictures, whatever. We go down the steps to where the actual waterfall and the rocks are. But it was really slick and I had on sandals and it was wet because, you know, it's like a river, a creek or whatever. So he was like, do you want to go out there? And I'm like, nah, like, look at what we got on. I might fall and bust my ass because these rocks look slippery and I have on sandals. So he's like, okay, we can go back like to the top. So we went back to the top of the stairs. I'm just taking my little video and he's like, do me a favor and read this note for me. So he gave me a letter. I opened it up out the envelope and I read it. Then he handed me another one and he handed me another one, and each one had like a different time frame. And so by like the third 3 out of 5, I think there were 5 of them, I realized what was about to happen. So I started tearing up a little bit, and then on the last one I was crying, and then when I finished reading that last one, he dropped down and proposed, and I was like, oh my gosh. Internally I was screaming. From the outside I was just crying. I was boohoo crying. Y'all, my lashes was so crunchy because they got all wet. Like, it was terrible. Not for real, but just my lashes. But it was such a beautiful experience. Of course, all the people that were around us, or like, you know, at the waterfall, like at the top, that had seen it, were all clapping and saying congratulations. And then some man came down the stairs and was like, congratulations, talking to my man like he knew him. Thinking, who is this man? Child, it was a whole photographer. He had hired a photographer. I don't know where the man was. He had this big camera. He had like the pole with like the flash thing on it. He had a drone. I said, Lord, I know that's oh, okay. It was beautiful. So then we took pictures after, and that's where we got our pictures from that we posted to social media. It was a 10-10 experience. I mean, everything was perfect. There was one slight inconvenience with the video that the drone captured. It did, I don't know if something hit it or whatever. So the video of us, like, we're at the very top of the screen and you can't see the waterfall. You just see us at the top, the ground. We did reshoot it, which of course is not gonna be the same, but I am just thankful that he was able to try and do something to make up for it. And I'm glad that we can at least see us at the top of that video, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. It was just such a beautiful experience. I'm really thankful to have someone that is a thoughtful person, and he's a researcher. I mean, he will plan and research to make sure things are carried out exactly the way that he envisions them to be carried out. I'm gonna probably put this together in one big vlog of life since I've been missing. Life has really been crazy lately. I'm also working on a project that I can't really speak about right now, but that has been taking up a great deal of my time. It's also summer break, so I've really just been chilling. I've been working. I'm still getting to this bag, such as I do. Just really excited for this next chapter of my life. I can't wait for all the wedding planning stuff. It's gonna be so much fun, and of course y'all are gonna be right there with me. I'm gonna take my camera everywhere. Yeah. I do gotta get my ring resized. Shout out to Amazon for this little, I don't know if y'all can see that, it's like a little ring resizer thing that you put in your ring, kind of help keep it on like a better grip. We are sending it back probably today or tomorrow, and hopefully I can have it back in the next week or so, because I just be feeling naked when I don't have it there. But yeah. So your girl is gonna be in a movie. Now, I'm gonna record throughout the whole process, which Of course, I can't really post anything because it's confidential material. It's, what do they be calling it? It's intellectual property. So I can't really give any details about it. But what I will say is it's gonna be on Tubi. I don't know when it's gonna be on Tubi, but I imagine the whole process to film and edit and all that will probably take a while. But today we had our like walkthrough on the set for kind of like the main scene in the movie. It's supposed to be multiple parts to it, but that's neither here nor there. Today we had the walkthrough on set for our first scene, and we actually finished a lot earlier than I thought we were gonna be finishing. I think we was out of there by 9 o'clock, and we really kind of started at 6. But they said tomorrow, baby, be ready to be there a long time. So I'm like, whew, chilly. We had the casting call in April. We found out like maybe a week or two later that we had gotten the parts. We got the script. We had kind of like our little introductory meeting where we met the other 2 cast members who also happen to know each other. And so we've had table reads, we've had dress rehearsals. I've met with the characters, like we've met each other separately, like outside of the cast, outside of the table reads. We've like organized our own time to kind of just get together and run our lines. But yeah, so we had our first walkthrough today. We do our first day of filming tomorrow. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm also really, really excited. First day of filming is tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Then we film a different scene, a completely different scene with just me and another character. We filmed that Wednesday. And then there's only like 1 or 2 more scenes to film after that. So hopefully by the time the summer is over, all of the filming will be wrapped up so that the rest of the year they can be focused on like editing and, you know, marketing and whatever else goes into getting something put on Tubi. But yeah, this is just the first video to just kind of document this experience. Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna take my camera with me to see if I can like get some shots while we're working, like some behind the scenes stuff. And I'm sure that the production company is gonna have a behind the scenes kind of video as well, because they've been having their little assistants with their cameras just walking around getting candid videos and pictures. And so I'm really excited to see that. I'm just all in all, I'm just really, really anxious and like nervous also, because I'm just ready to see how it comes out. Because if you've seen a movie on Tubi, baby, you know how the movies be moving. Okay, we don't want that. But they're like, we're professionals. And I'm like, oh shit, so am I. Let's get to it. So stay tuned. All right, so it's day 1 of filming. I don't even really know what time we're gonna start filming. Had to be here by like 6:30. Put my food order in. Just got my makeup done. And now I'm eating my food. Waiting for everybody to finish eating their makeup done, all the extras and all the leads. Sitting here with my co-lead, just so happens to be my fiance. Worked out well for us, I think. Introduce y'all to some other people later. In the meantime, I'll put this food up. Okay. What you think, boo boo? Hey, ow, look at our faces all beat.
So this is really a monumental moment for us in this organization, but also in this ministry. So we are excited about tonight, and we hope that you are excited about tonight. We appreciate each of you, every last one of you, because you have volunteered your time and you have bought into this vision that we have, and you didn't have to. But we appreciate you, and we hope that you know that we appreciate you. But in case you didn't, I'm letting you know now. Yeah. We appreciate you putting in the time. The 4 main characters, we appreciate you taking the time to learn your parts while you're working. We appreciate you. Bathroom take 1.
Okay, y'all, I've been trying to film this for like a long time, but people keep coming back here. So my call time today was 6:30. I got here, and after like maybe an hour, got my makeup done, and then I ate. It is now 10:41, and I have not shot any of my scenes yet. I'm like, oh my God. They told us to prepare to have a long night, but baby, we're probably gonna be here at least until 12:30, 1 o'clock. Y'all, look at how oily my face is. We just finished.
They don't care about that, man.
We just finished filming. Got a motherfucking headache. It's 12:55. 12:55.
Nah, you wanna be touching St. Patrick? This is how you do it.
He loved making a little cameo and then getting off the camera.
What am I supposed to do?
Yes. 1 a.m. We have one more thing to do. We have to take our group pictures of the lead characters. Could have did it earlier. Could have did it earlier. But here we are at 1 a.m. Finna take a picture. Look at my motherfucking face.
Alright, you being delirious now. Just cut it.
I am delirious. I'm delirious. I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. It's 1 a.m. I gotta work at 8. Be an actor, they said.
Okay.
It is day 2 of filming, shooting, whatever you want to call it. I have been all out of whack, y'all, because it's been a lot going on. We had our walkthrough Monday, and so I went to bed later than normal just because we didn't get back till like after 9, and then I still had my whole, you know, nighttime routine and everything that I like to do. And so, y'all, your girl is tired, okay? Can we start there? We did not wrap up yesterday until after 1 a.m. I think, in fact, when I looked at the clock, when I got in my car, it was 1:11. So by the time I got home, took my makeup off, did my whole bedtime routine, it was probably 2 o'clock by the time I actually got into bed, and I could not fall asleep to save my life. I don't know, I just couldn't fall asleep. So then I had to wake up early this morning because I had to work at 8 o'clock. I had to work from home. So I worked from 8 to 12. I mean, it was a quick little shift, but I was so sleepy this morning when I woke up because I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. Definitely not as much sleep as I've been getting. And any educator that has the summers off will know exactly what I mean when I say that. But headed to day 2. I just took me a nap and ate some food, showered and everything. So I'm getting ready to drive to our location for today. Love that we're featuring like Black-owned businesses in this like mini series. So yesterday we shot at Sutherland's Cigar Lounge, which is in High Point, and I'm actually very, very familiar with the place. I've been there probably 20 times because my line sister and her husband are 2 of the owners, the main, you know, owners and operators. So I've been there very, very frequently. So it was nice to be able to film in an area that, like, in a location that I was comfortable with. I think I did a lot better being somewhere that I was familiar with than I would have if I had been in a completely new area. Today we are shooting at Diva Nails. I did drive by there the other day just to kind of see where it was, and it's not far from where my mom's house is. So I'm like, okay, like I'm in an area that I'm familiar with, even though I've never been in a salon, you know. I'm looking forward to it. I really haven't done any prep for this scene today. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we are not there all day, but I know we probably won't be, because I mean this is a little bit different of a business. Day 2. I had to do my makeup today because the MUA couldn't come, but I think I did fairly well. Like, look at the bead. So we just finished filming the inside the nail. My sister, and Mr. Yeah. And now we're about to do our last scene. And it's a wrap.
That's probably why she comes to pedicure. To make.
And that's a wrap. It's the what's your job called?
Oh, I'm just the director's wife.
Come on, director's wife, and you do it so lovely. And we're done. This is our cast for the day. Diva nails scene. Black owned. That's what we like.
We're working on something. We're working on something.
We get up front of her desk there.
Okay.